Hello, and welcome back to the Tony Hicks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Giving out live free picks on today's card. And on today's show, we'll have picks from you from college football, 2 games on the board. NBA back in cup action with 9 games. We've got also a big card here from college basketball. It's feast week, so we got some early starts. We do have a lot of tournament action here, games in neutral sites. We'll give you some picks from there as well as the NHL card. Guys, so make sure first thing you want to do is hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate that. It really helps to build up our audience, and hit that notification. So when we're live, we have a lot of live shows, 3 live shows, working on a 4th one. And this way you get notified when we're live, so you guys can join the chat and interact with us. We accept your comments there. Just keep it respectful, if you will. So first thing we'll do is we'll meet the cappers, get right to the picks, as we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Alessandro, what's going on?
Nothing much. Not the best day yesterday. Blackhawks there giving up 3 unanswered goals there. That's the difference between a winning and losing day. What else? The 20-16 at halftime there in the Thursday night football game, and I still don't get the over 43.5. And of course, Bills lose. So yeah, just those plays there, difference between a winning and losing day. But we'll get it back here. A big weekend ahead of us. I'm excited for it. Very
good. Let's say hello to El Ninos. El, what's going on?
Yeah, another rough one for me there. Bills got off to a good start, and you could smell all the BS coming, starting at that missed extra point. And, once that happens, it's like a snowball effect, I guess. Yeah. And, I've been very careful with these primetime games. Decided to go off on this one. Unfortunately, did not hit. And, another rough day yesterday. Looking for a bounce back here. Another over I had in hockey was that Lightning Tampa game. We saw, the Oilers Lightning game. We've seen the Oilers go over in their games in the first period lately, and then of course all offense forget how to score, and of course got to give the shout outs to the goalies there as well.
No doubt about that. Yeah, I had a single play. Had the Texans there. For me, it's just tough to lay points on the road in these Thursday night games. As I said before, you can't bank on these teams giving you their Sunday effort on a Thursday. You're dealing with travel, and of course in NFL, you've got to have that really good marksmanship. You got to be really, really accurate here with their passes, with your chemistry. And I just think sometimes in these Thursday night games, it's just not your Sunday game. It's a totally different brand of football there. So got the cover in that one. All right, guys. Here on the show. So let's get it underway. We'll start here with college football. 2 on the board, 2 conference games. Looks like we've upped the quality a little bit here on the Friday. We had to wait till Friday to get there. So we got here Florida State, NC State. We see here that NC State will be the dog here. We're seeing Florida State now going up to 6.5 in some places. 6 is total 59.5 and 60. Hawaii and UNLV, as this could have some impact here on the Mountain West Conference title game, as we only have 2 weeks remaining here in regular season play. We've got in this one, UNLV 3, 2.5, total sits there 64 up there. We're seeing the hook over at Circa in the sharp book in Vegas. We see the hook on that total, the 3.5. So that the 6.5, the 64.5, I should say, 64.5 there at Circa, 64 in most other places with the total. So, and this doesn't look like weather could be much of a factor here in either of these 2 games. We go on over to Alessandro.
The first game here, I'm looking at the dog with NC State, possibly a sprinkle on the money line. This is just a fate of Tommy Castellanos' system play at this point. This late in the year, still doing it. So NC State for me tonight. And like UNLV as well, not even a homer pick. I just think that the defense finally shows up. Defense has just been getting bludgeoned all year. If there's ever a spot for them to show up, it's here against this pass-happy offense in Hawaii with this still a young quarterback, Aliedo. Bright future. I just think UNLV handles business tonight. Look out for Jet Thomas. I like running the rushing yards prop for him, and they control tempo of this game. Give me UNLV minus 2.5.
There we go with Alessandro. We move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, similar records there in that early game. Both teams coming at 5-5, but FSU 0-3 on the road, and NC State is 4-1 at home. I expect them to at least keep this one close early, so I'll take the half point there with NC State in the first quarter.
Here we go with El Ninos. Tell you what I think here about these games here. Yeah, I'm going to look at the dog here with NC State here. Florida State 0-3 on the road against the ACC, including a 7-point loss at Stanford. NC State 2-1 in conference play. FSU on the road, we know with Tommy Castellanos, he's not accurate. He just works with his legs. But they're not defending the pass very well. They're going to have 30 points per game on the road. NC State at home put up 35 a game. They're running the football. They're going to get great work at the quarterback position. Seminoles, by the way, has also failed to cover those 3 road ACC games this year. So I'll look at NC State here plus the 6. The Hawaii game, I'll look for the over. I kind of respect the move at circa to 64.5. You can find 64 as other places through your line shopping, get the best number there. But these are teams with pretty bad defenses here. Both can't defend the pass. Rebels can run a little bit at home, 5 yards a carry at home in conference play, 8.4 yards per pass attempt. Hawaii against these teams that average 5.9 yards per play or greater, they're 4-1 to the over on the road. And against these good passing teams, UNLV 4-0 to the over here at home, facing teams that average 250 yards passing per game or greater. I'll look for over there with Hawaii and UNLV. All right, let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Shows. We'll turn our attention over to the NBA. NBA Cup action continues here. So both notice with these NBA Cup games, there are no back-to-back. So you have situations here where all teams will be rested here for these games. Looks like we've got 9 scheduled. We'll just do 3 blocks of 3 in the NBA today. So we'll start off here with the Pacers and Cavs. We got the Cavaliers 14 and 13.5, total 239.5. Wizards and Raptors. It's the Raptors 14, total 240. Nets and Celtics. Look at these numbers here. The Celtics 15.5, total 222.5. Wow, look at that. Those spreads right off the bat in these games. Injury report here. So it's Furphy, Jackson, Jones, Nesmith, and Toppin out for Indiana. It will be Merrill and Strus out for the Cavaliers. No Allen, Garland, Tyson will be questionable. Nets and Celtics, Highsmith, Seraph, and Cam Thomas out. Tatum still showing up on the injury report. We move to Washington. Toronto, it's Bagley doubtful. Sarr is questionable. Toronto here just has Murray Boyles out. So we started with Alessandro.
I hate to say it. I think all 3 of these, I would lean the ugly dog and just taking the points. I know it's NBA Cup and a little bit of motivation here for both sides on all these games, but I'll just start with the Pacers. I mean, I just think they have enough with Mathurin and Nembhard. Shepard's now injected in the starting lineup. I think Siakam can have himself a good enough, day here. And then we got McConnell coming off the bench. Yeah, I think there's still enough pieces to hang within 14. Just looking at Cleveland's injury report, it's ugly. They have Craig Porter now in the starting lineup. Tons of guys questionable. That's just how I feel on the first one. This one's a little harder to get to with the Nets there, plus 14.5. Just no Cam Thomas makes me not want to bet on the Nets. But, again, laying 15-plus points here, I don't know. I can't do it. That one's more than likely a stay away. I do like the Pacers more. And then same thing with Washington. I mean, I would lean them. It's just I don't want to step in front of Toronto right now. I'm actually impressed with this Toronto team. Just 14.5 is getting a little crazy for me. The one I would mostly look at, though, is Indiana, just getting that win off the Hornets. They're starting to get some momentum. I know they have an ugly 2-13 record, but I would look Pacers' way.
Here we go here from Alessandro. Move on over to El Ninos.
Hope you're talking Pacers with the points there because, I kind of like the Cavs to win both halves here. You're laying a little bit of juice for it, but that is my strongest play on this game. I'm seeing minus 130 for it. So it's not terrible, but it is a little bit of juice there. But I agree on the full game. I would not be laying anywhere close to 14 points here, especially with Jared Allen questionable there. The other bigger dogs, I'd also, again, you know me, I don't really lay 10 points or more lightly, so I would lean to the dogs. But I'd also take a shot on Scotty Barnes here to get himself a double-double. Fell just 1 rebound short of it in his last game. And we're still – actually, let me double-check his price right now. But other than that, they'll wrap it up for me. He's I guess they have adjusted a little bit. He's got seven double-doubles on the season. He's plus 141 today. We're getting him about plus 230, I think, last game. But I guess he has better chances of hitting it today against the Wizards. So Scotty Barnes, double-double for me.
There we go with El Nino. See, out of all these 3 dogs, I couldn't lay in any of these 3 games. Only 3 out of the 3 dogs, the best dog I like is Indiana plus the points. Cavs just 2-7 of the spread at home. You look at Cleveland at home, they're just not making threes, 33.8% from beyond the arc. The Pacers here, we know they've dreadful shooting the basketball, but Cleveland is giving up 39% from beyond the arc. I just don't think they're in that fourth gear. I think they scaled it down a little bit when you see them on the court. They're not playing with that intensity they did last year to start the season. Remember, they were the number 1 seed last year in the East, failed in the playoffs. Probably going to do what Indiana did last year, slow start and then kick it up once the All-Star break hits. I think we're going to see that from Cleveland here. Just want to be all healthy. I think they'll do that route. There's one total I'll go with here. I'll go Wizards Toronto over. This Washington defense is bad, really bad. You look at them on the road. It's just they're playing at a fast pace, by the way, as well. But they can shoot the ball a little bit. You know, they covered their last game. We were joking about them, but they did get the cover there in their last one here, and that was against Minnesota, right? Who was going to lay 16 with Minnesota? That's nuts. But Washington can shoot a little bit on the road, 48% shooting, 40% from three. Of course, they can't win games because they turn the ball over and can't play defense, and that's what you get with Washington. Points the other way quickly. So I like the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. The middle block gives us some more competitive games. Let's put it that way. Heat and Bulls. We got the Bulls here, 2.5 total. Look at this. This is our first 250 of the season. We're at 250 and a half. My God. Look at that number. Pelicans and Mavericks here. In this one, we've got the Mavericks here, 3.5 total, 233.5. There might be some tiebreakers in play here because remember in the NBA Cup, if they tie, we do have some tiebreaker situations where they go by point differential. So keep an eye there with these NBA Cup teams. Dallas here's favorite 3.5. Now we're seeing 4 starting to pop up now. Total sits here at 233.5. Timberwolves and Suns. The T-Wolves road favorites 3.5. 4 is popping up. Total 233.5. We'll take a look at the injury report here from some of these games. We go to Miami and Chicago in this one. We got Hero, Jovic, Rozier, Wiggins out for Miami. On the Bulls side, there's no Collins. Zach Collins out. Kobe White and Jones are both questionable, and Smith will be probable. Pelicans and Mavericks. Matkovic, Murray, and Poole are out here for New Orleans. Davis, Irving, Nembhard, and the other Nembhard, Ryan Nembhard, here out for Dallas. Minnesota and Phoenix. Shannon out. McDaniels here, a key to their starting lineup here. He's questionable. Ingles, a man off the bench who can score a little bit. He's questionable. For Phoenix, Jalen Green, a big one, still out. Fleming still out. But Grayson Allen, someone that helps him with scoring, he is out of this one as well. So injuries there in that one. We go over to Alessandro.
Yeah, this first one, not scared to touch the over at 250. At the end of the day, when you have Fontenecchio at the power forward position for the Heat, they're going to get up and down and run and shoot this three. Jaquez coming off the bench, again, almost averaging a triple-double. Plenty of pieces on the Bulls side as well to get this thing over. I would look that way. Choosing a side, tough one. I would actually lean the Bulls there at home. Bulls and over. Pelicans and Mavericks. Ugly game here. I'm actually leaning the Pelicans. They still have. I like Derek Queen, this young kid out of Maryland, starting to make some moves in the NBA. Zion's going to be in the starting lineup. They have some pieces here. Trey Murphy, Herbert Jones. Not a bad set of players here. Just got to start winning some games future-wise. But I just think Pelicans can keep it close, plus 3.5, if not win this game outright. And Minnesota, Phoenix. I'll probably be on Minnesota's side, even without McDaniels if he doesn't play. Just, again, Ant Edwards at least has a little bit of a supporting cast. I don't know. I'm not in love with the Suns supporting cast for Devin Booker. So give me the, Timberwolves here minus the 3.5.
There we go here from Alessandro on over to Alinus.
Yeah, just a slight lean to the Bulls in this one for me. And what's really got me there is mostly that Andrew Wiggins injury. Again, it should be a good game. They still, it's not like it's not like this team is all about Aaron Wiggins or anything like that. They still got some guys that can play there for sure. It should be a great game without Wiggins as well. But I just think, again, with that home court advantage, I think the Bulls is the right side here.
There we go here from El Nino. Say what I think about this one. Yeah, I agree with the Bulls here. Miami has dropped 5 of 7 on the road. And they look at the Bulls here. They've covered all 6 of their home games this season. And the Bulls at home, 49% from the field, 41% from 3, and they're defending the 3-point line pretty well at home this season. So I'll look at the Bulls in this one. Boy, that Dallas and Pelicans game is just ugly. I just cannot back this Pelicans team. They've just been so terrible. They've lost 6 of 7 on the road. The defense here is terrible on the road. 51% shooting they're allowing here. At least Dallas, what you get with Dallas, and we saw that in that Knicks game, is at least they can defend, right? They can defend, and I think that's going to go a long way in this one. We saw them cover against the Knicks, and the defense, at least it works. People call, Dallas is a bad team. They're a bad offensive team. That's what's wrong with Dallas. They do have some structure defensively. They play quality defense. They just can't score, and if you can't score in this league with this pace, that's why you're gonna have trouble winning games here. That's why they're off to the bad start. They can't score. They're 4-12, but they play defense. So I'll take Dallas there against these really bad teams. That's when I look to play them in this one. And what else? We have Minnesota and Phoenix. I look for a high-scoring game here. You look at Phoenix at home, averaging 120 points per 100 possessions. And you look at the Timberwolves on the road, 122 points per 100 possessions. And both they're shooting very well here on the road, 51%, 41% from three. The Suns 50% shooting at home. We look at the Timberwolves 5-2 the over on the road. Suns 2-0 to the spread to the over at home against winning teams. I'll look at the over here with Minnesota and Phoenix. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show. We'll close out NBA here with these final 3 on the board. This is definitely the game of the night in my book. Nuggets and Rockets here. The Rockets 2.5. There's a 3 popping up at Circa at the Sharp Book in Vegas. Total sits here at 235. Trailblazers and Warriors. We've got the Warriors 7.5, total 238.5. We've seen 237.5 at Circa too. We're seeing a big play to the under at Circa. We got Thunder and Jazz. OKC laying 16.5 on the road. Total 235 in this one. So let's take a look at the injury report from these last games here. We got Braun and Strother. These are key players for Denver. They're both out for the Nuggets. Impact their depth here. Gordon here is probable. On the Houston side, Eason, who can help you off the bench, no doubt. He can put points on the board. He's out. Finney Smith is out. Van Fleet's going to still show up on the injury report, so they haven't ruled him out for the year. He'll be out for most of the games here. Adams and Smith are both questionable for Houston. Portland and the Warriors here. We got Scoot still out for Portland. Thibault and Wesley out. These are a lot of key players unquestionable here for the Portland Trailblazers. Holiday, Shaedon Sharpe, and you've got Robert Williams, all questionable. Jeremy Grant, probable. On the Warriors side, Kuminga out, Melton out. Hield, Butler, and Green are all probable in the game. Thunder and the Jazz, of course, Topic, Wiggins, Kendrick Williams, and the good Jalen Williams out for OKC. On the Utah side, Nang out, Filipowski out. Remember, the center, Kessler, is out for the year. He'll no longer show up on the injury report. Just take a note of that one. And we started off here with Alessandro.
All right, so the first one here, 1 second. The Denver-Houston game, I'm just looking at props for that one. I don't want to choose a side. I still think Denver could find a way to keep this close against Houston. I like that matchup there between the two bigs, Sengun and Jokic. Touch those props. And Kevin Durant props for points. Just keep it simple. I don't really like that game as far as choosing a side. I could see either side. Maybe a little bit of a Nuggets homer pick. I have a little thing for the Nuggets still. Anyways, Trailblazers and Warriors. I can only look Warriors here just with the injury report. If some of these guys play, Jeremy Grant is probable. That's at least a decent piece. Holiday question, just so many pieces on the question marks there from the Trailblazers side. I know Curry's playing. I know Moody's playing. Buddy Hield and Butler probable. That's enough for me to want to ride with the Warriors tonight, -7.5. I'll just keep trying to step in front of the OKC Thunder. Am I ever going to get a big-time money line cash out? Good gosh. Are they going to go 81-1 this year? Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. To me, 17 points is getting up there. Again, just too crazy. This was maybe 11 or 12. I can maybe get behind laying some points, but I definitely think the Jazz backdoor is still there. Yes, I know no Walker Kessler the rest of the year. They've already started to move on and get their rotation set. I think the Jazz can keep it within 17 points.
Here we go from Alessandro over to Al Ninos.
Yeah, only one play I like quite a bit here is that good old Nuggets Rockets game to go over the total. Rockets coming in 10-2-1 the over. Nuggets 8-6 to the over. I know, yes, the Rockets have slowed down a little bit. No, they're not going to go over in all their games this season. They failed to go over in their last one, needed overtime to get there before that, but I think they get their offense back on track here and take this game to go over.
There we go with Al Ninos. Here, tell you what I think about some of these games here. Thunder, we're back to Thunder and Jazz. Are we at? No, we're at Denver and we're Denver, Houston. Yeah, Denver, Houston. Well, a tough one for me. I'm going to look at Houston, the defense here for Houston. Home teams are 45% shooting at home. I know Denver has played well on the road, but the Nuggets giving up 47% shooting, 116 points per game. I just give the defensive edge here at Houston here at home in this spot. OKC and Utah. I know Utah. It's a cup game, but I don't see OKC losing a game in the cup. So if you go undefeated in your bracket, you don't need points. You're just going to move on, because you've beaten every team. So I don't see OKC in danger of even losing a game in this cup. I think remember they lost to Milwaukee in the final last year in Vegas. So right, and they were big favorites then. We all saw the Thunder. That was a weird game. They just got blown off the court by Giannis and company there. But I'll look at taking the points with Utah here. Utah, they've won 4 of 7 at home. They're shooting the ball extremely well at home, 47% from the field, averaging 134 points per game. Of course, that Indiana game is going to really, really skew the stats a little bit because I think they put 150 on Indiana not too long ago. So that'll skew it a little bit. But one thing to note, OKC, they do have a losing spread record on the road, and Utah has been one of the best bets as a home dog, right? You go back and look at their numbers with that elevation advantage. It's been money. They've covered 6 of 7 at home. I'll look here at Utah on that one. Yeah, the injuries on Portland is too much for me. I'll look at Golden State to get the cover. Golden State has covered 4 or 5 at home. I know Kerr's, they're coming off a long road trip. Kerr was out there screaming, upset at the schedule maker. Look, it happened. Hey, it happened. You just happen to have this early in the season, man. Everyone's going to go through this. So just play your game. The fact that you had it early is probably more of an advantage. You wouldn't want to go through this long stretch of games, in December, in February, March. That's the worst time to go through this. So they gave you a little of a break having to go through this stretch of road games this early in the season. So I think that helps them moving forward. But anyway, I'll take the Warriors in this one. Warriors are playing some really good defense at home. Portland just can't shoot. 33% from 3 on the road, give 125 points a game. And of course, they could be missing some key components there. That's Jorge in Vegas said they were partying in Vegas. They might have been partying because, when you win that first game, you're guaranteed some money. I don't know how much it is. I know the winners get $1 million. I don't know how much the loser, the number 2. I know the number 2 team gets, but I know the second place team gets some cash. So I'm sure they were out there spending it. But we'll see what happens this year, right? Maybe they'll be sober this time around. But we're looking at some pretty good semifinal. We get OKC and Houston. Of course, Houston has to get by this game too, because if they don't, the loser of this Houston-Denver game will have to really run up the points. There's no doubt about that. They will, so keep an eye on that when they finish the regular cup game. So interesting note here. Yeah, we're up to the jam looking at the overs in some of these games here, looking at some high scoring games. But yeah, that's a wild one there with Miami there. All right, we got you through our NBA for today. Now it's time to take a look here at college basketball. As I mentioned before, a lot of games here today. It's feast week, right? Usually the Friday before Thanksgiving, we have these tournaments on neutral sites. So keep an eye on the schedule. Not all these are going to be home games. Just know where the neutral courts are. Some teams will be playing back-to-back games. Some teams will be playing 3 games here. That's kind of how these Thanksgiving tournaments or these pre-Thanksgiving tournaments work, because we'll have tournament games from now until next Sunday, I believe, is when they end them, right? So lot of coverage in college hoops. So just keep an eye on the schedule, know the back-to-back spots and so forth. So what we do in college basketball this time of the year is we just ask the cappers to give us what they got. We'll get into the blocks once we get into conference play in late December, early January. So we'll start here with Alessandro. College hoops. Give us what you got.
Couple favorites that the line's already moved on. Butler -2.5 up to 3.5, and Charleston -2.5 now up to 3.5 on both of those favorites. Looking Boston College's way. I know Davidson is undefeated out the gate. I just think Boston College still has a little bit more talent on the roster. At -1.5, I'll take Boston College. There's a lot today, so just brace yourselves. Akron -11.5 against Iona. Like Akron today. SIU Edwardsville -3.5. I got that at -2.5. That's another one. There's about 5 or 6 games today at this -2.5 that's already getting up to 3.5 and 4. So if you're late to the party, you probably need to let it go because that 1 or 2 points does matter. I was looking West Virginia's way. I want them to see them get this Eagle Staff kid the ball here out of the North Dakota transfer for West Virginia. Give me the plus 3.5. I think he starts to get going. I'll stay away from Florida and Duke laying those big numbers. I'll just let those go. I like SC Upstate. I got this at plus 4.5. This is at now plus 3.5 against West Georgia. Wake Forest Memphis. Give me the over. Give me Radford plus 4.5. I'll skip a couple, go all the way down. Hampton here plus 1.5 against Norfolk State. Hampton actually has themselves a little bit of a squad this year. Normally Norfolk State's a little bit of a powerhouse. Not this year. Give me Hampton plus 1.5. Laying it with St. Louis against Purdue Fort Wayne. St. Louis minus 19.5 up to 20. UC Riverside San Diego. Give me the over 151.5 in this one. And then Stephen F. Austin minus 1.5 against Pepperdine. And I think it's too many points. I get it. Georgia gotten off to a 5-0 start, but 10.5 points with Xavier back in Patino. Yeah, I'll take the 10.5 with Xavier there. And that might be almost near the end. Yeah, I don't really care about the Empire Classic games there at nighttime, those big spreads. I'll stay away.
There we go. Here from Alessandro over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I will agree with that Butler look. I was kind of leaning the other side of that Davidson game. I know it looks like a trappy line with Davidson coming in at 4-0. Yeah, still, if I'm not mistaken, Boston College opened up as the favorite. Now it's Davidson slightly favored as well.
Right.
Yeah, maybe not the strongest play there, but that's still where I'm leaning on that one. So I guess we're dropping the gloves there. The other one I liked was SIU Edwardsville over Air Force. Just think they get it done there. Air Force, yes, this is one that does have the home court advantage, but just 1-3 at home, so not much going there with that advantage. And then I kind of like App State over Charlotte as well.
Here we go here from El Ninos. There's one game that I outlined here. I'm going to continue to pick on this Northwestern State team, a team that can't defend and has one of the smallest teams in all of college basketball. They're going to face a team with size in Grand Canyon today in Phoenix. This is one of those tournaments on a neutral court, but Phoenix isn't too far away from Grand Canyon there, so it'll be a home court environment here. I'm going to read this again. Look at the way Northwestern State has been playing defense. You know, they get 49%, 56%. Against North Alabama, gave 48%. Again, against Ecclesia College, I don't know, is this a D2 team, a D3 team? They gave 49%. And against San Francisco, when we went against them, they gave 53%. They're just not shooting the basketball whatsoever. Horrible 2-point defense, 323rd in the nation because they have no size, 338th in the nation. 3-point defense, they can't rebound. 348th in the nation on the Ken Palm in defense. That might be near the bottom of all of Ken Palm in defense here is this Northwestern State team. Grand Canyon, a team here that can hit their free throws. They're very good on the glass and can defend the 2-point shot, hit the 3, and hit the inside as well. So I'll look at Grand Canyon there to get a job. They did pound Northern Illinois at home by almost 29, about 11 days ago. So I'll look at them in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony S'mores Show as we'll turn our attention here to the ice as we've got a few games on the ice for tonight. We got 1, 2. It's a Friday card, so 4 games tonight on the ice. Blackhawks and Sabres. Sabres here, $1.85, total 6. Wild and Penguins. We got the Penguins, $1.25, total 6. Hurricanes and Winnipeg. Hurricanes, $1.28, total 6. Bruins and the Kings. Bruins still on the road trip here. They were just in Anaheim not too long ago and still back to LA to face the Kings. It's the Kings' big favorites here. It is a back-to-back as the Kings. Well, they did a good job of getting that point last night because they got a goal in the closing seconds to tie the game against San Jose, but they lose the shootout. But they did earn a point to force that overtime. So the Kings in a back-to-back spot here, $1.85 at home. Total sits here at 5.5. We saw with Alessandro.
A lot of homework done on this hockey. I got 2 premiums up in Wild and Penguins and Hurricanes and Jets. 2 good write-ups. Go scoop those up. I'll touch on the other games here. Blackhawks and Sabres. Would only go dog or pass here. I know Blackhawks off the back-to-back and dropped the game last night in ugly fashion. They were up 2-0 going into the third period. Give up 3 unanswered goals like that to lose. Yeah, getting plus 160 here against the Sabres in a bounce back spot with a young team like the Blackhawks. I'll take my shot. And then the Bruins and Kings, I'm kind of looking dog there as well. Bruins have been out on the West Coast there, played the King, or not the Kings, the Sharks there last time out. Yeah, I mean, I could get behind 2+ money plays there in the Blackhawks and the Bruins.
There we go here. From the Alessandro, we move on over to Al Ninos.
Yeah, only one look for me here, and I know they've let us down the last couple of times, but we're still getting a huge plus price on them. They did keep it close in that last one against the Ducks. They lost that one by 4-3. But again, you mentioned that back-to-back for the Kings, and not only your average back-to-back, but they went all the way to shootouts, as you mentioned. So I expect the Bruins to make the most of that. Now, some injuries are adding up, too, for the Bruins, so that might be a part of the equation as to why they haven't been as hot, but I think that's where the value is here. I'll go Bruins money line.
There we go from Alan Ninos. Why is that? He wants to know why is that happening against Grambling? I don't know. They are playing this one in Riverside, so it's a home game for Cal Baptist.
That Grambling team is basically now Alabama A&M. That whole entire roster is dispersed over to Alabama A&M. But I agree. Actually, I do think that's too many points to lay, and I like the over. They get up and down though.
Yeah, they're hitting 38% from three this year. But the turnovers are 351st in the nation, and they can rebound on the defensive end. So
fast
break team. But Cal Baptist got the job done against Riverside, went blowing them out as 11-point favorites in a rivalry game by 23. They beat Irvine on the road. Irvine's not a bad team. They beat Irvine on the road here by an 8. So we got to look at a little respect there. But again, look at the shooting numbers for Baptist has been terrible. 29% 29% from three, 47% inside, can't make free throws, but the defense is what's getting it done here for Baptist there in this one. This game played in, they're not playing it yet they're not over in Palm Springs yet. I think they go to Palm Springs next week. We have that Palm Springs tournament. I think they do that next week, but yeah, they're still at home. It's still a true home game for them there. All right. Let's continue here on the Tony S'more Show. As well, next we'll turn our attention. Well, we got through the sports coverage for today. So it's now time here for our Parlay Purple segment where Cap's giving a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. We'll get it started here with Alessandro.
Oh, man. Only one I would go to was that hockey one I just said, those 2+ money plays there, Bruins and Blackhawks. Money line it.
Right there from Alessandro. Move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I'll go Cavs to win both halves if you can get that. I'll take that Scotty Barnes double and the Bruins money line.
There from Al Nino. So what I'll look at here is I'll look at I'll take the Pacers plus the points. I'll also look at laying it here with what we're looking at here. We're going to lay it in that college hoops game that we were just talking about here. Grand Canyon, we'll lay it with Grand Canyon, and we'll go with the over in UNLV Hawaii there, cross-sport parlay for you here over at UNLV and Hawaii College football. All right, we got you through our Parlay Pro segment. Now it's time to see what our Cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks, heading into a big week of action here. Weekend of action, of course, with college football. We got NFL, NBA, college hoops, a lot of sports overlap right now. But if you click the link in the description, that's going to take you right over to our website over at Tony'sPicks.com, where you're going to find our best bets and more right there on the site. There, all records are documented over at Tony's Picks. Let's take a look, see what Alessandro has for sale. Alessandro enjoying a really good NFL year this year over on the site, documented over at Tony's Picks. Of course, he handicaps many sports there over on Tony's Picks. So let's take a look here over at Tony's Picks, see what we got rolling here. What we got here. There we go, Alessandro. See what Alessandro's had for sale today over on the site. Alessandro, what you got for sale over at Tony's Picks for today?
I do have those two hockey games there, the Jets and Hurricanes game, and the other one there, I'm forgetting it, just blank. But yeah, I got two hockey games in for you guys. I have that IU Indy game, the total on that one. These bad boys are up in the 190s, 180s. Am I going over? Am I going under? Hop on that single pass, find out. Did a lot of research into that one. And probably going to add more college basketball. I was just dealing with some connection issues. I'll have some more college basketball in. But, yeah, I also have a college football best bet tonight as well. So, yeah, probably 5 or 6 plays will be in tonight. Go scoop those up. Been a little cold last couple days, but this weekend's going to get hot. I love this weekend slate. Basically all college football, really, when it comes to Saturday tomorrow, but obviously focused on tonight. But yeah, scoop up those 6 plays and let's make some money. Tony T discount code at checkout, get that 15% off.
That's right. Got with Alessandro over at Tony's Picks. Of course, see the great results here from Alessandro. That's all based on $100 unit wager size. Alessandro ready to roll here with best bets and multi-packs up there on the board right now. Remember, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. But you guys love this long-term subscription, especially the 3-day pass here on the weekends with a lot of sports overlapping here. You got all the majors right now in action over this weekend with NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, college basketball, and UFC because Alessandro gets into action UFC as well. So lots of overlap right now. So no better time to get that 3-day pass here on the weekend and get signed up. 2-for-1 cap promotion. Match Alessandro up with your favorite capper when you do that over on the side. All right, let's take a look, see what's rolling over at Tony's Picks. We'll see what El Ninos has got for sale today on this Friday's card. El Ninos also enjoying a pretty good year in the NFL for this season. We'll see what El's got for sale. El, what do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, I gave some back last night, unfortunately, there in the NFL. But, hey, looking for a big bounce back this week. I already got a couple plays up there for NFL Sunday if you want to check those out. Got my best for today. I only have one play there in the NBA, but it's probably going to be a pretty quiet day for me today, but definitely gearing up for this weekend. I know I've been pretty quiet on the weekends as well, but quite a few college football games I like on Saturday, and this NFL card not looking too bad. As I said, I already got 2 plays up there as well as my college football Saturday play as well. So again, as you mentioned, good day for a 3-day pass here on the weekend. So grab one of those long-term or 2-for-1 capper passes, pair them up with your favorite capper, and don't forget about the Steam plays that get emailed right to you when you're on the long-term passes.
Absolutely, guys. Got aboard the Alninos over at Tony's Picks. You can see best bets and more up on the board right now. So get on board. And of course, 1-day passes are profit guarantee. And the 3-day pass is the way to go, especially now with all these sports overlapping. Just a note here on all long-term subscriptions. They also include props. We can post props into the system now from NBA, from NHL, NFL. So we got props that are also included, no extra charge on the long-term subscriptions, as well as the late Steam plays. We put our plays in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but we continue to handicap throughout the day and night, looking for those late plays. And anytime we put a play in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, they are emailed right to your inbox using the email you use when you sign up for the service. So long-term subscriptions, great value when you get on board over at Tony's Picks. All right, guys, over on the board right now. I've got a best bet on the board right now over at Tony's Picks. Get on board with me. We're looking for more plays for you as well, guys, and match me up with your favorite capper, 2-for-1 capper promotion, and the promo code TonyT at checkout. That's going to save you 15% when you do that. And, of course, get signed up. Guys, we're with you here every day on the show at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony's Picks Morning Show. We also have 2 other live shows on our channel, working on the 3rd one, and there'll be even more. We're a top 10% upload at YouTube. We just got a notification saying that we are congratulating us for all the content we produce. Well, it's great quality content. So you guys check us out on our YouTube channel. All you got to do is just go on to Tony's Picks on the YouTube channel, hit Tony's Picks on the search console, and you're going to find our channel. And on our channel right now, you'll be able to watch a replay of our live shows and all of our compilation videos up there. We're ready to roll here with the NBA for today. We've got college football. I finished the final 10, so I think we got like 56 done for the entire Saturday card. Also have the Friday card for you up there from college football. Hit list, we got Chris with his hit list going up there today. NHL prop picks for you guys from Chris. Of course, our playlist here with NFL, our playlist here for college football. Ramon and myself got those up there for you today. NBA playlist as well, got up there with the Ramon. College basketball, Ramon's got you covered on college hoops for today. Let's see what he's got up there today. He's got Utah State, Tulane, South Carolina, Butler, and he's got what else he's got here? Arizona State, Hawaii. So he's ready to roll here with the college hoops for today's action. Of course, he was joined today here by DeAndre and Ramon here on that live show. NHL picks, Ramon's got you covered on the NHL today. You fight picks and more, guys. So check us out on the YouTube channel. Lots of great content there. And if you happen to miss any of our live shows, we'll just hit the live tab, watch a replay here of the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Night Moves is our late night show there, 3 a.m. Eastern time with Ramon and DeAndre. A complete rundown of all the games. So if you happen to be on the East Coast, you want to watch a replay of it, go back and hit Night Moves in the morning here. It's archives automatically. So check it out there. 3 a.m. Eastern time is when they go at it. And, of course, those of you in Europe, overseas, that's around morning time for you. That'll be your morning show. It's a Night Moves happy hour here at. I should also say for those of you folks in Australia, you can get a opening line show there around. Well, it's about a few hours difference there. So yeah, you guys got some content there to check out. Tony Speaks Happy Hour, Monday through Friday with Rod and company. You'll see Ron up there. You'll see Brian. Some of our cappers like Alessandro will pop in as well on that happy hour. So 3 live shows, working on the 4th one and more. So guys, we got a great channel here with lots of great content for you. So check us out on our YouTube channel. Of course, Alessandro, we got some things in the works behind the scenes, and you also contribute to many of the shows here on the site.
Yes, working on some stuff here behind the scenes. I was actually going to give out a little sleazeball parlay for you guys, UFC and college football for tomorrow. This is lock of the century. If it loses, egg on my face, fine, so be it. Ian Machado, Gary, minus 300 in UFC against Bilal Muhammad. You're talking about a 6-7 inch reach advantage, size, age, everything on the Ian Machado, Gary side. Give me the minus 300 favorite. And we'll 2-team that with Illinois on the money line in college football against Wisconsin. Wisconsin's just decimated this year. Not the same program for Luke Fickell and what they got going on there. I think Bielema versus his former team or former college that he used to coach there, I think they'll beat him down. Give me the minus 325, minus 300 favorite at minus 130 there for a 2-teamer. So Machado, Gary, and Illinois.
There you go there from Alessandro Gonzalez. See here on the morning show, see some of the shows as well. And, of course, you've got videos up there. We'll see some shorts from you as well as the dog videos.
Yeah, hoping to get some up for the weekend as well. I know I've been putting them on hold again, unfortunately, but they should be back again soon. So, I should at least have some for the weekend there, college football, NFL. So make sure you keep an eye out for those. And,
All right. Well, we're going to do it here for the show, guys. We're back in tomorrow live here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. We greatly appreciate that. And hit us with that thumbs up. So make sure you tune in for the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then the Ramon show, the Night Moves, 3 a.m. Eastern time, or watch the replay if you can. Any closing thoughts from you guys before we close it out?
Yeah, a couple. I don't know if you saw this, Tony. I know we got a lot of sports going on, but this just popped up for me. Sasaki, what do you think about this one? They're supposedly going to be a starting pitcher next year.
Well, that's the plan, right? That's the plan, but that's always subject to change once the post. I think that's the plan for them. They're going to go to a 6-man rotation, is what I'm hearing too. So I wouldn't be surprised because they're looking for relievers. I don't think they want to use Sasaki in a relief role during the regular season. But let me tell you something. No matter what they do, when we get down to the postseason, you're going to see starters relieving games. That's just what you're going to see.
Worked out pretty well.
That's how it's going to work. They're not going to change that formula. You're going to see the Glasnow because you can only start. You're only going to go 3 or 4 guys, right? You're going to have a 6-man rotation. What does that mean? Sasaki back to the closer, and their 5th starter will probably be a middle reliever. So that's kind of how I look at it. But they're just the relief pitchers are getting just to get them through the regular season. But once the playoffs start, you're going to see Glasnow warming up. You're going to see in a deciding game 7 or game 5, you're going to see Yamamoto in there. They're going to do the same thing. I don't see them changing it. Snell coming in, yeah. When you get in the playoffs, it's a different animal. When you have, especially that first one, when it's first best of 5 in that division series, you have very little margin for error there. So, but again, I think all the guys they want to sign will be for regular. And of course, Sasaki, you just want him rested, right? You want to limit his innings. You don't want him closing games, having to warm up, and get that velocity up there in those close situations. But as I said, once we get to the playoffs, it all changes back to where it was this year. So that's all right. It's interesting to see what they do, right?
As long as they keep him healthy, yeah.
Yeah, they just want to keep these guys. That's what I'm saying. And you're going to see a lot of guys. And again, Snell pitched 11 games this year. Was it 11 or 12? And then Glasnow maybe 19 or 20. That's really what they want to do. It's just they want to. That's the way. It's load management in baseball for the Dodgers. And the thing is, they got some arms in AAA like Sheehan. I know Bobby Miller stunk, but we'll see if he gets better. But they've got some guys in AAA that can help fill the roles for these guys when they need rest when they need load management, I should say. But yeah, the Dodgers definitely utilized load management last year. There's no doubt. You could see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. There's no doubt. But their hitters stayed in shape. But again, another year older for these guys. And this is an interesting time of the year right now with baseball as we're looking at what the moves are. We just had the GM meetings, but the owners meetings are really in December is when we start to see the real moves happen there. The GM meetings, you just get a lot of. This is an opportunity for guys like for the agents to go out there and give sound bites about their players. We just saw who was the player in Chicago that opted in for that $22 million. He's back. These names escape me right now. The Japanese starter from the Cubs, the lefty. He's coming back.
Imanaga, right.
Yeah, he's coming back. Gallen declined his $22 million a year. I don't know if he's going to get that anywhere else. I was very surprised to see Gallen say no to that. He doesn't want any more one-year contract. And someone said, what if you get hurt? These guys want security. But let me tell you something, man. If I don't think that 3-year deal is going to make you very much money. And
I saw Grisham sign that qualifying offer. I was like, of course he would. He's not going to go anywhere else. No doubt about it. They're going to pay him. Yeah, he'll stay there.
I mean, I don't know why these teams are even doing it, man. Why are you offering that to these dudes? Because they thought, they thought they weren't going to accept it, but the numbers have gone up so much where they look at it and said, I don't even know if I get a 3-year, $22 million a year. Let alone I'm going to give me a 1 year. I don't think I can even make 20 like Gallen. I don't think we could get $20 million a year for a 3-year contract. The way he pitched,
right?
He made $14 million last year. You think he was going to get a raise after last year's performance? And Grisham, a guy who's just built for the park. Yeah, you get those guys that are just built for the park. Guess what happens in the playoffs? They can't hit good pitching. They can't even pull the ball. So again, the Yankees. I mean, from Rizzo, I forgot ever since they've changed that ballpark dimension and played. Hey, he's great for the park. He's great. Those guys can't. Get a good baseball player. Stop choosing players, because 3/4 of the pitchers you face are average or below average. Okay, so those 75% of the time, they're going to have success. But when you face these elite pitchers in the postseason, you're going to suck. That's what's going to happen. We've seen it. I've seen it too many times when you basically try to match a player for your ballpark. Just get a good baseball player. That's all you got to do. Yes, Rod doesn't want Gallen in Toronto. I don't know. Gallen may have to sign a 1-year contract somewhere. Was that Verdugo who declined a qualifying offer and ended up with a minor league contract? We've seen guys do that. We've seen that happen. Because the money has been so much now that these qualifying offers, $22 million is a lot of money, man, to turn down. Like a Gallen, you think you're going to get more than that? No way. And Grisham's smart. He goes, "Woo! Look at this! What a birthday present!"
There's apparently this kid, I'm going to not pronounce his name correctly, Munetaka Murakami.
Yeah, he's coming from Japan. Yep.
Yeah, a big-time prospect. Yankees are looking at him, either a first base, third base, corner infielder, big bat. How many more bats do the Yankees need? I mean, that's all I'm saying. Let's start getting some pitching. I see Michael King as well is on their radar, possibly returning back to New York, but
when you mentioned Japan, I thought you were talking about them bringing in the pitcher. Yeah.
Right. If you're going to go to Japan, come on, bring a pitcher over. That's what we need. And we need to move the fence back. Don't get me started on the Yankees.
Yeah, move the fence back. I agree with that. Move the fence back. Stop just matching guys for that, because that hurts you in the postseason. Grisham can't do anything in the postseason. King and who's the guy from who's the other starter from San Diego? They declined their qualifying offers. Dylan Cease declined it. So Cease is out there. Again, is Cease worth more than $22 million a year? I mean, a 3-year contract, what's he going to bring? I don't think these guys are going to bring in that much. Michael King has been hurt. He declined it too.
Then there's actually another one too. The Kazuma Okamoto is another one. Everybody's looking at. I mean, starting to spread their wings out and get some of these Japanese players. You're only going to see more and more talent coming to the MLB. So I think it's exciting for the game.
Yeah, Gallen heading to the. I think
that
Gallen
is a Yankees move. That is a Yankees move. They might give him $30 million a year.
Well, these teams
I don't know about that.
These teams that have had these pitchers that have had success and they've been getting pounded. I think what they like to do is they like to change leagues. You know what I mean? So some of these teams don't see them so much. So sometimes I think Gallen at this point may be an American League pitcher because the National League pounded him last year. Yeah, he did play some interleague teams too.
another move I want to see happen is Bo Bichette to the Yankees. Let's go start poaching. Let's start poaching some of these Blue Jay players and put them on the Yankees. I'll take Bo Bichette.
Yes, but Bichette. Who's that big reliever in Toronto, in Tampa Bay? Al Nino's probably in what's his name? Fairbanks. I forgot the name of the kid.
Oh, I saw that.
Kyle Fairbanks.
Yeah, that is.
I think it's
so.
Kyle Fairbanks.
Yeah, he's the big reliever out there. People are looking at is a guy from Toronto.
Or is it Peter Fairbanks, whatever.
Yeah, Fairbanks.
You're talking about.
Yeah, Fairbanks is the big reliever this year. They're looking at, and the only one returning for the Dodgers is Tanner Scott. He's the only one they locked up. So, and Vesia. Those are the two you'll know, but it could be a complete. Also, Gratterall, I think, is a free agent too. So some people, but Gratterall just can't stay healthy. And good luck getting Trainwreck. I think Trainwreck can go to Toronto. Bo wants out. He didn't sign his extension yet.
That's what I'm saying. This little site I'm looking at has all of the top targets for the Yankees specifically. Obviously, there's some bigger names: Pete Alonso, Alex Bregman. Stealing him from the Red Sox would be awesome for me. I think, we can use the third baseman.
Yeah, the Dodgers out here talking about Bellinger. I mean, I don't want to see Bellinger back in LA.
No, he turned down.
He turned down the qualifying offer from the Yankees. Was it the Yankees? Yeah, with Cubs, right? I get confused with Bellinger. It was
Yankees, yeah.
Yankees. Okay, yeah. He's been bouncing around different teams though. That's already his third team. 3 big cities, right? Was he with the Cubs? Was he with the Cubs before? I thought he.
So yeah.
For Cubs for a year. Then he's been bouncing around. All the big markets doesn't land for him. But there's 2 starters out there, Framber and Ranger Suarez.
Right.
I think the Yankees get one of them. Who would you rather have, Framber or Ranger?
Shoot, I'd probably rather have honestly neither, because I don't like Ranger Suarez. He gets a little round for me, a little rotund. Not in love with Ranger Suarez. I think Framber Valdez is a little bit of the better option. Neither guy, there's not an option I like, honestly.
Dylan Cease, Michael King, those are some of the other names that are out there. Gallen, but you're really stretching it there. There aren't a whole lot of pitchers out there right now that you can get. The guys that were on 1-year contracts, there were several of them, but again, none of them really impressed me a whole lot. So Suarez. The other closer is the Suarez from the Padres, but he can be a gas can at times. So we'll see what. And who's the guy from the Mets? Another guy, Rosario. Is that who he is? The closer. He's unsigned also.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So there are a few closers out there still, but I don't know. Is Rod Hoffman going back to Toronto after that?
I'm sure Rod wants him there.
Yep, probably does. All right, guys, that'll do it for the show. We're going to be back again tomorrow live here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Any closing thoughts, Al, before we close it out?
Yeah, I wanted to be the first to throw that egg at Al's face, man. Let's go, Bilal Muhammad. Actually, I met a guy he trains with just a week or so ago, Al Silwali over here in Tampa. He was coming out here doing a little tour in Tampa. Got to meet him. So, yeah. Hope you caught that one, Al.
What happened?
He's butting heads with you in the UFC.
Throwing that first egg on your face. No, I know he's a big dog, but
at least you're touching plus money. But the thing about it is I don't really see him getting any takedowns, and it's a 3-round fight.
The size of the dog.
Believe me, do I like Ian Machado? No, I don't at all. Personality wise, I think he's a freaking douchebag, but he's getting pushed and getting some easy matchups for sure. Him versus Michael Morales, who we just saw fight, or Protest actually he already fought Protest, but you get me. Those are some of the best welterweights in the world, I think, right now. These young up-and-coming guys. Bilal Muhammad, 40 years old. Remember the name? I won't be remembering it.
Oh, I will be.
Yep, Hoffman. Hoffman's getting a heat, but Kirk is the one who probably put down that slider. Kirk should have put the fastball. Why'd you put slider down for him to throw a slider and hang a slider? I don't think he would hit your fastball. By the way,
a lot of people talk smack about his striking and all that, saying he's boring. Check out his strike rates lately. They've gone up.
No, yeah, he's a lot better than people gave him credit for. The guy actually managed to win the belt, so that says a lot. And he didn't get it the easy way. He had to win 10, 12 fights in a row because, again, nobody wants to see Bilal Muhammad fight. It's just not a knock at him. It's just, what the mainstream media is pushing. And people listen to that. Nobody wants to see Bilal Muhammad fight, blah, 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 all the memes. I don't know. I respect guys like that too, though. So I'm not hating on the pick, Ninos.
There you go, guys. Rod doesn't want. He wants Diaz. He wants to see Hoffman get out of there. Who's going to trade for Hoffman? Sometimes they do trade the guy that blows it. They need to change the scenery. We've seen that happen before in baseball. But yeah, interesting here with the with the owners' meetings coming up in December, I believe, or is it January? I always forget these dates. But before you know it, here comes February is when they go back to work, right?
The thing about Edwin Diaz, I think that's who he's talking about. Edwin Diaz from the Mets, big time arm. Every time it's a big time closing spot, chokes. That's what I've noticed. So there's only the very few Mariano Rivera's type closers that are out there,
Yeah.
You were dime a dozen,
Yeah, we saw, like I said, Suarez in San Diego is one of the good closers out there, but he's had his bad moments too. They all had the train wreck. We saw go from a stud to rock bottom last year. So we'll see how it rolls. But yeah, a lot of news in baseball. Go ahead.
Trivia for the chat: most consecutive saves all time. Who has it? Who's the record there? I think Tony knows that one. See if anybody knows in the chat. But not too many closers like that nowadays.
Boy, would it be that guy that was on roids for the Dodgers a few years ago?
Eric Gagne.
Gagne, right? Yeah, Gagne, right? Yeah.
84 straight saves, man. That's almost 2 full seasons.
And all of them on roids, right? He was it all on roids?
Oh, yeah,
all of them, because he got caught. He got caught on roids, right? Yeah, I remember that. He still shows up to some of the signings. I think he was one of them. But all the old Dodgers, they're going doing all the autograph signings,
Right.
But it's good to see the good players go to the hood. When I was a kid, the bad players would always be in the hood. The guys, that just never batted or backups. But this year they're sending all the good guys to the hood. So that's good to see there. All right. That'll do it for the show, guys. What is
Not quite the hood, but I remember going to the Staples Center one time and remember the reserves standing around there in the hallway signing autographs, I guess, while the starters were getting their treatments or warming up and stuff. But I always thought that was pretty funny. But anyways, I guess they all got their roles on the team.
Yeah, I remember autograph day.
Go ahead, my bad.
I remember autograph day back in the day with the Dodgers. If you sat in the bleachers, it was always the scrubs. The middle reliever, and a guy at the end of the bench, and all the studs were always by the box seats.
I remember waiting in line. That line was probably going halfway around the Dodgers Stadium waiting for an autograph from Brett Butler one day when I was tiny. Maybe that line seemed longer to me when I was tiny, but waited for a minute there to get a Brett Butler autograph.
I was talking consecutive saves there, Rod. 84 for Eric Gagne. That is a 84 record.
84 straight.
I do think Mariano Rivera is the all-time saves leader for sure. That's a fact. Yankee legend.
Yankee legend there, Mariano there, no doubt. All right, guys, that'll do it here for the show. We're coming back again tomorrow live at 9:30 Eastern time. Hit like and subscribe. Well, goodbye, guys. Make it a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony This Morning Show.